A critical hour of practice is about to get underway here at the Lusail International Circuit in Doha, Qatar. Welcome to practice. 60 minutes running order to decide Q1 and Q2. Green light, and away we go. And the riders will head out onto the circuit there. The night has fallen here in Qatar. About an hour after the end of the Formula 1 Practice 2 session, on the other side of practically the sea. It's just literally just about an hour flight, and you're over. Welcome to what is a similar circuit in terms of temperature, conditions, and atmosphere. It's round about the same as what we've been experiencing throughout the weekend so far. And Jorge Martin is heading out there onto the circuit as well. He was okay after this morning's session. He's fit and dandy and ready to go and see what we're going to have as an atmosphere here for him today. So, welcome everybody watching along. Let's check in first of all though with TNT Sports before Martin joins the booth.
Back in the day, when we had our first races under lights, they moved it earlier for that very reason, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was some kind of like there was always a moment about half 10 where it became a little bit too much, and it started to deposit really on the curbs, and you know, really was standing especially for the left turns. It became like sort of critical for the tires. So they rather bring it back a little, bring it a little forward, not risk the change of condition too much. And at the moment, it's pretty much perfect condition. You can see it there, yeah, with the lights. You know, it almost looks like a sort of like almost like a little fog around.
It's a haze, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyone who watches the IPL cricket, for example, in India, similar sort of thing happens there on an evening, and it's just so hot during the day, and it cools down.
Yeah, and but at the moment, I don't think the track conditions will affect you too much. And I do think because of the cooling down a little bit, and the fact that there's very little wind tonight, which is rare, I do think that we're going to see some very fast lap times today.
Well, let's hope so. They were quick earlier today. Marc Marquez's fastest lap was at 1:52.2. Fastest ever lap here from Jorge Martin himself came last year at 1:50.7. So just...
Yeah, and the times are going to be thick and fast now as the session gets underway. Alongside me in the commentary box is Megan Birch. Hello, Megs. How are you doing ahead of the second session of the day and a crucial hour of practice? I know you're not usually here because literally we just need as many people to keep the voice going throughout the day.
I'm tired. That is how I am.
Anything else?
No. Oh, hungry perhaps.
Well, that's always nice to know, isn't it? Still going well then, and going strong. What do you want to talk about in the next hour?
Food.
Well, that's always a nice thing to go into as well, isn't it? Yes. No, I've got a good feeling about this one actually, in terms of how much action we're going to see out here on the circuit, because we had an unrepresentative session this morning in the daylight. Now we've gone into the night. They're going to be right out there getting as many laps for both race simulation and qualifying.
I feel like they see better in the dark.
Yeah. It's more of a vibrant circuit when the lights go down, isn't it? What do you think about Jorge Martin? He stayed out, doing another run, looking a bit better, but do you reckon he can make it stick?
We'll see. This is only day one.
Yeah, exactly. Day one. It's going to be that arm. It's going to hurt tomorrow a lot more, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll see how he is in the morning.
He did ice it after practice at 1 this morning.
Good.
But he's got 30 minutes to go in. Also, if you wonder why Megan's here, it's because, well, she's covering the practice 2 and then the majority of qualifying. So it kind of makes sense for her to be here. Before we hand over to the broadcast team tomorrow.
Do not remind me of tomorrow.
I'm trying not to think about it. First lap times then coming through on the board. And we get our official runs in. And it's Johan Zarco who's top of the board on a 152.692 at the moment. Who's gone second? Miller, 153.451. Martin's already shot up to third place as well as to get those lap times in. Marc Marquez only third fastest. For some reason they're showing him as on a Petronas bike. Now he goes into the correct red. For some reason he's showing as a sort of Binder Honda yellowy. But not too bad. Martin up there as well now to third position. Bagnaia looking strong as well early on. Now we're going to go see the sectors improve quicker and quicker and quicker. There's Marco Bezzecchi.
And you'll see in a moment Acosta doing his best tortoise impression.
Is he going slow in that sector?
No, it's just when they huddle down. It looks like a tortoise.
Yeah, that first corner in the braking zone is like a sort of a shell approach.
I feel like it will be like one of them will lunge at the other one and then will get knocked, of course.
Apparently Martin said earlier on this morning, as we heard, that he was enjoying the front of the bike on the Aprilia, but also that there's been an improvement since he last rode it.
Ah,
So Aprilia may have been looking like they've gone nowhere, but they've got some data about where they need to be and where they should be, which
I suppose it depends on the
Yeah.
person who's riding it.
it's a better hopeful, isn't it, for it?
It does bring it to at least hope for getting in the top 10
Yeah.
every race.
152.962 then, that's your top time at the moment. Marini's in fourth. Look at Alex Marquez, shoots up with a 152.5. Immediately better. Binder goes third, Miller goes fourth. Pedro Costa P3, Bezzecchi 18. Marc Marquez, well, computers predicted him to go fastest, but look at the time, Megan. He's nearly 0.6 of a second faster. This is going to be absolutely insane domination here as he comes across the line.
It will be. I think Martin's going to get quite a bit of a surprise because obviously last time he raced properly, Mark wasn't as fast.
No, he was sort of back in third, wasn't he, behind the two. But now Mark's got effectively his seat, his factory ride across
Mark's
it.
got his groove back. Ow.
He's got, you all right?
Yeah, my stomach.
He's got his groove back, and Bagnaia goes second. Juan Mir up to second on the Honda as we've got a yellow flag out in sector 2. So who's that then in that middle sector? Who's not improving? Well, I think it's Somkat Chantra who has gone down because he's sort of stationary.
It is.
Yeah. So that's at turn 4 and 5. We've gone green. Yep, Somkat Chantra's gone down. Hello. Has he gone through the gravel because it's been picked up a bit?
He seems to be walking fine.
Yeah, he's walked away. Where's that bike though?
His posture's improved from that crash.
Oh, the bike slid way underneath him. He's going to go collect it. It's actually gone down an escape road, so he can just go pick that bike up, hopefully. Yeah, he
Yeah.
has, yeah. Marshall's have got it. That should be able to restart and go back to the pit lane.
Just like I didn't break this, did I?
Use the outskirts of the circuit to get back to the pits. Should be golden. I don't see a reason why.
Why
That'd
it
be a
should be
problem.
bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was almost a mistake there from Martin and where he placed his foot.
He's still learning. He's relearning how to ride a motorcycle, let's not forget.
Yeah. That's the side of his leg.
Turn 1,
There.
you said on entry he went wide. He was not committed to that entry point, was he?
Yeah.
Well, Megan spotted it 100% as there's the family watching on down there in the pit lane.
And here comes the lap time deletions for those in the area of the yellow.
23, 43, 79 and 25 all having their lap times deleted by the stewards. Kind of predictable.
And that's Bagnaia going into second place with a 152.133.
Much better time than being appropriated at the top of the screens as well. That's now, what, 3/10 inside? Well, just outside of Marquez's time, but that's still, what, a 3/10 improvement on the previous run.
It is. And it's getting quite cold here now.
It is a bit chilly. The sun is sort of just starting to billow down. What's the temperature degree? 17. It's dropped a degree and we can feel it.
Yeah, so wind's picking up.
Sun sets at 8.
It'll be the same tomorrow.
That's why the door's been open to the back of the box all day to get some fresh air in. Because you shut that door, it quickly gets warm in here. We're all with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monitors.
Apparently, it's 17 degrees, feels like 16. Is this 16 degrees?
I think it's cooler for us in the commentary box because it's where it's been.
This feels like a lie.
My throat's a bit at the moment. Sorry about that. What qualifying practice is today? No, this is, well, kind of. This is qualifying practice, yes. Yeah. So this session determines the running order for Q1 and Q2. Let me just get my little special thing out I had that I need to get redone. See if it works. There you go. It does work. Hey.
Looking at Martin.
The top 10 highlighted on your screen, and the top 10 that will progress up to queue number 2. I'm glad that works. We tried it, and then it went away, and now it's back again. So, yeah, there you go.
And let's observe Martin here. How he's moving on the bike. He's using a lot of his body to manoeuvre the bike, I see.
He's not using much of his arm, is he? He's leaning now, but as you say, he's sort of just using his core to build up the front end, and yeah, it's working ever so slightly for him. 2.289 down on the overall time.
Not bad.
Could be better.
I'm hoping he's just doing like an outlap or something.
People think you're a floating head, by the way.
I do have a head. That's attached to the rest of the body.
There. I saw that little move back.
I like being here.
Well, I'll put that camera on if you want me to.
No.
We need a second camera around about here.
No.
Or here.
No. What have I told you about angles?
Or here, then.
No.
What? It's just there.
If they're being floated. And here is the garage.
That's watching on. Hello to Plug. Hello to Sean. Hello to Sacram. And hello to Marta as well. Hello, everybody. Everyone, what? Indonesia again. It's our number 1 viewership in Indonesia. And hello, JT, watching on.
Shall I have
So, Alex Marquez coming over the line and goes up into second with a 151.970. As usual, this session is about 15 to 20 minutes longer than it needs to be.
Yes, it is. I would have stopped it. No.
It's 8 minutes. We're 12 minutes in now. If anything, this
Can't that
session,
be enough?
this could be just a 45-minute. We don't need a full hour to decide the running order.
I don't even think we need for 45 minutes.
No. Let's just say 30 and out you go.
Yeah. They're just wasting tyres and waiting to see how long it gets dark for.
Less practice would be better for MotoGP.
And it put less strain on Martin's hand.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if he might skip practice 3. Practice 2 tomorrow. Free practice 2. I wonder if he might skip that before quali,
I should hope so.
just to give himself a
They have too many practices.
maybe like 1 lap, just to ease off the pressure. And then I wouldn't even bother qualifying really. Go out there, do a lap.
Kind of needs that.
No, what I'm on about is that don't try too hard to get into Q2. Just go out there, do a lap, see where you file up, probably towards the back anyway. Where is he now anyway? Where is Martin?
Martin
15th.
is...
So
yeah,
it's not bad actually. But he's outside that
needs work.
Q2 pop-up, isn't he? Unless he automatically goes through. That would be a big surprise.
I don't think he
Yeah. Just a reminder, we've got Formula E coming up later as well, with myself and Pika, and a mix of the world feed.
will. Do you actually get a break tonight?
I've had an hour in between the sessions. I've got 7 till 9, 10 till 12:30. So yes, I do get breaks.
Good.
But alongside that is also getting a lot more prep done and setup done alongside. So it's not really a proper break. Over the line comes Marc Marquez then. He's a second down. He's on those medium front soft rear. My immediate intake that this is a race simulation.
Yeah. Also, Marquez looks like a walking red flag, given how he's dressed.
All in red.
Yeah. I feel like just him going around the circuit will just stop the race on Sunday.
We'll see. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea with the way that it's turning out to be at the moment. But into the pit lane comes Morbidelli. There's Antonio already in there. As we're now just sort of holding around, aren't we? It's sort of that waiting game, Megs.
Yeah, and the waiting game is half an hour too long.
Really? Going for that far?
Yes.
Why would it be half an hour or two difference?
Because we've down 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and then, like we say, it should be a half an hour thing, so it's half an hour too long.
Yeah, IndyCar is on, but JT's got IndyCar today. I'm not doing IndyCar this weekend, not me. That's being given to JT. He's got the lead there in that session. Somebody's remembered to put the sound guard on for Jorge Martin's microphone. That means we'll hear that shortly as well with the team radio that we've got with Aprilia, as we hear in the background. Yeah, the only series I'm doing this weekend are the ones I've already done today. That's it. And Formula E. I think I'm not doing F3, F2, IMSA or IndyCar. That's what I'm not doing this weekend.
I don't want you overworking yourself.
You need
sleep.
IndyCar is on exactly the same time as NASCAR, and I've chosen to do Bristol over Long Beach because we should have a track camera. Not that it's been activated yet.
I'm sure it will be.
Oh, well, if it has, it hasn't.
Is it just me, or does Alex's bike look quite high?
I have no idea.
It's like, I feel like it's streamlined more than the others.
Yeah, Speedway camera hasn't moved in ages.
Or maybe no one else is moving.
No, because that should be full by now. Yeah, it's not working, so yeah.
Right, so I feel like they're all in the pit lane, basically. So I feel kind of lost.
You feel lost. Everyone's been lost at the moment in terms of finding pit lane.
There's
Indy's just
Marini.
for NASCAR. I took IndyCar for you, so you had a break, and it wasn't back-to-back with IndyCar and NASCAR. Yeah, JT's right.
There's Marini. Marini with his brother in the garage. Of course, not his garage. Which is a shame, though technically he's not rooting for his brother at all. He's rooting for his own team.
Looks like that camera has just gone down at the moment.
That's a shame.
I have no idea how JT got information on it either. That's what I'm playing around with right now as well, which is several things around as we're still waiting.
I'm pretty sure the only people out on track are Mia, Zarko, Rins,
There's no one. It's that lull period again.
Marini, and Shantra. And that Shantra isn't even out there. He's just frozen on the thing. And now there's only two.
It's that
Three.
usual. It's that usual situation, isn't it, as well? With it just sort of all stays silent and doesn't move together.
Yeah.
Still, we'll hold it.
May as well look at their patterns of how they're taking the corners then.
I agree with what Woo has put on. Let's have some coffee.
Yes, coffee. Love coffee. Need coffee. Want coffee.
There's actually a few on the circuit right now. It's a bit bizarre that we've got to this part of the session, and it's the most representative. Even this morning was not representative. It was the most unrepresentative of the entire season, by the way. And yet, we're not having an immediate run here
It's strange.
for any race or simulation or data. It's all just sort of silencing itself.
It's eerie. And it's even making the commentary box feel that way.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as
Doesn't help that night's falling.
it doesn't feel as energized as it usually does. In fact, I feel quite tired.
I feel like it's 2 a.m. at Le Mans.
It does have that feeling, doesn't it? You need a bit of energy. Somebody call Martin Haven, see if he can get the heroin.
Or cake.
Cake is a better idea.
Yes.
Do we have
Cake
any?
is amazing. I don't believe so.
Ice cream will do.
I think I asked them to get cornettos. So
Yes, I know.
I don't know whether they got them.
There's some strawberries and there's some thingy ones, as far as I know.
Vanilla and
Toffees,
toffee?
yeah.
Yay!
Can I borrow one?
You can borrow one. I really.
Does that mean I can't eat it?
You can eat it. No, you don't have to throw it up later. No, it says borrow.
I'll let you have a microphone. Here,
No,
there's a wireless
I don't have
microphone
food.
for you.
I don't know why. I don't know why I don't get the cornettos I prefer more often.
I have absolutely no idea, but I believe that. Also, JB, me and Naomi are setting up the production screen at 7 p.m. for the join and see how it all works before we start at yours on Monday. If I'm around, I cannot. I am busy. I am doing Shakedown at the same time, if it's on. And then I've also got the, whatchamacallit's coming. Press conference.
Do you know how many words I wrote between when I came into this commentary box and 5 o'clock?
2,000.
1,000.
Oh no, have I missed the... Oh no!
How many words is that a minute?
I've missed the press conferences for Formula E.
Oh, that's a shame.
They've moved them an hour.
Oh, that's evil.
That is very evil.
Oh, damn.
It was supposed to be at 6:30 and they've moved them to 5:30. Oh, that's annoying. Oh well, I'll try and get that ready for tomorrow's pre-race show and see if we can get that operational. I apologise for that, dear viewers. That's an evil thing that's happened. If
There's
they
a
put on,
replay?
yeah, that's annoying. Well, hopefully we'll have Shakedown.
What is that?
That-
Is that moving right?
That's the bodywork flapping underneath Mia's bike.
It's a bit too loose.
Yeah. What's that? The bolts aren't properly done up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actual, the carbon fibre bodywork is sort of hanging up.
Explains why they're replaying it, because that does look like if he went on the gravel, even if he stayed up, it would just fly off.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that.
How many people are actually on the circuit? A few more coming back out now.
A handful.
But nobody doing much.
Oh, 5,000.
It's a really strange situation. We didn't even test here this year.
Did we?
No, we usually do. Which explains why we never see that much running in practice, but we haven't tested here.
Doesn't explain it this time.
We tested at Malaysia and
Oh.
Buriram. So Sepang and Buriram, that was it. We didn't come to Losail. It wasn't round 1 of the year because of Ramadan.
Here comes Mark.
All I'm going to say is, if we move Qatar because of Ramadan, why haven't we moved Saudi Arabia in that lot for Jeddah? So why haven't we Jeddah in that lot? And why haven't we moved Saudi Arabia and Spain as well for Easter?
True.
Why move it for one religious holiday, not the other? Because it's a different religion.
Yeah.
To me, it's a bit.
It is curious.
It was a bit curious there on the old calendar when it came out. And many people pointed it out as like, okay, so you've moved it because of Ramadan, fair enough, but you've put it on this religion. You put racing on this religious holiday, this religious holiday, this religious holiday,
Yeah.
and everyone's gone. Oh, so I don't think it's going to be happening next year. The swap around. But Ramadan, I think, was very early this year compared to normal. If I'm not very much mistaken.
I believe it was. I feel like Ramadan usually happens in April,
Yeah, and it happened in March this year, didn't it?
March, February time. Yeah. I'm gonna look up when it usually, like, a couple of years ago, like when it was.
If you are of that religion, I'd love for any of you watching, get in touch with us and let us know, because it was very much a different time, wasn't it, this year? Somcat Chantra goes into 21st, 153.641. Marco Bezecchi's 8 tenths down. Oh, and Chantra runs off at 1 as well on that run around. So just having a little bit of a loose time.
Yeah, it has got earlier the past couple of years, because that was a couple of years ago,
Yeah, it was. end
and
of
it
March.
started in late February
Yeah.
this year.
I seem to remember at one point it was even in June and July.
Jeez.
It's very, very late.
Here's May.
Yeah, April to May. Yeah, a couple of years ago. It's getting earlier and earlier.
Yeah. Hold on.
April, yeah, to May. Go back to 2015.
Hold on. It's getting close.
Yeah.
I'll go back a year at a time. June
June, yeah. Go back,
2019.
go back to 2015. When was it? June, July. Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
It's getting earlier and earlier.
Yeah. Is there a significant reason for that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
If anyone knows, please.
Let us know. I'm fascinated by that.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to look up
Because obviously...
what it will be next year.
I remember a friend of mine, when I was back in school, Usman, it was our sports day, and that happened in late July. And he got really ill because he was doing the sports activities, but he hadn't eaten, obviously. So he felt really, really sick at the end of the day, and he almost passed out. And that was in July, and I thought, well, and he explained because it was on Ramadan. I was like, oh, okay. And then, this year, it was like, oh, so this thing got earlier? And it has.
Yeah. Look at this. Ramadan, the predicted dates, because it says they haven't been confirmed, it's mid-Feb to mid-March.
Why does it change then?
I feel like it's getting like 2 weeks at a time, I feel.
I'd love to know if anybody watching has any idea. Please tell us, because I'd love to know. Google, why does it change?
See, it's getting 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah. Why? When does it change? Why does Ramadan change?
Why it does?
Because that's the reason we haven't been in Bahrain and Qatar's season openers this year for MotoGP and Formula 1.
Oh.
Right.
They follow the lunar calendar.
Cycles of the moon. Since
Oh, of course, because Ramadan can't officially end and then have Eid until they can, like, see. I think it's either see the moon or there be a full moon.
What a fascinating religion.
Yeah. Because I think it's full moon to full moon.
One full moon to the other.
Yeah.
Right, I'm with you now.
Which explains why it gets earlier and earlier.
Has it already ended then now?
Yes. Eid was about a week or two ago.
I believe it was, yes. What a fascinating concept, isn't it? Well, I hope you've enjoyed the ramble about the explanation as to why Qatar's slightly later in the year, along with Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, MotoGP and Formula 1 as well.
It ended Saturday the 29th of March.
Oh, so a week ago.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago, coming up.
Yeah.
Here's Ayagura, the Japanese rider, 14th down at the moment, but it's at fastest middle sector. And this could actually put him up the order inside the top 10. So this could be a big boost here for Aguirre as he comes out of the last corner. Downhill, begins the flat-out run to the line, and it's up to 7th, inside the top 10. Kicks out Johan Zarco, puts Di Antonio just on the miss there as well. It's a 152.436. Much better lap time there.
Apparently...
Sorry, Morbidelli's got fastest first, second sector. Go on.
Apparently, Ramadan can fall twice in a year.
Really?
Every 30 years.
When's the next time it's going to happen? 2030?
Yeah.
And the next is 2063?
Yeah. The last time it happened, we weren't alive.
1997. Blimey.
So, it'll next happen in 2030 and then 2063.
I couldn't imagine doing that for twice in a year.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Oh, I just realised something. If it's twice in a year, could that mean, like... Could it mean it's, like, January and, like, December? That would... I'm going to look up.
Makes New Year's fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Over the line then.
When?
Ramadan dates change, Anthony, because the Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar, as you said, Megan, based on cycles of the moon, shorter than the solar calendar, meaning Ramadan shift approximately 10 days earlier each year. So that explains why it happens twice in a year then. Can't wait until it goes back so far and actually backs up into the previous year.
I mean, technically that's what 2 a year is, I suppose.
Technically, I suppose it is, yeah. Not too bad after all. Alex Marquez has gone top 151.704 as well.
I generally do think they must have had it January and then December.
No, really?
So they started and ended the year with it.
No, that's awful.
So the times of the year where people usually indulge and like celebrate.
Well, not for them.
Yeah, true. But if they were living in like somewhere that does celebrate that,
Like the
then
UK,
it must be so difficult,
Yeah.
especially like when it's Christmas time and they live in the UK because they can't hear music
Yeah.
around that time
Yeah.
during Ramadan.
That must be so frustrating for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not completely sure, but I think they have to pray because
Yeah, I believe
after
so,
hearing
yes,
it,
yeah.
they can only hear like the specific prayer if they want to listen to something.
Yes, as Raids has just pointed out, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, because there is 10 days between the Islamic calendar and the calendar that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so fascinating.
I'm fascinated. Yeah, I wish we could do a documentary on it.
Yeah.
I'd love to do
Like
one.
explore it more
Yeah.
because apparently when they celebrate Eid, like to end the Ramadan,
Yes.
They have a massive party.
They do, yes. I have actually not been invited because we're family,
Yeah.
but I've seen it happen. I've had my friend explain to me what the event was going on. I've even tried some of the food that they had there. Oh, it was fantastic.
I'm really curious.
I am. It's quite fun. Do you know what we should side quest on the Motorsport, just a documentary series. Yellow Flag's out, Sector 2, by the way. We'll bring. Who could that be? So who's gone down? Augusto Fernandez.
Zarco.
I'm going with Fernandez.
Oh, no, Zarco's in the pits.
It's Augusto Fernandez. Yeah.
He
Same-
was stopped, so I didn't
Is that
know.
the same part as what we saw earlier on, down to 4 and 5?
I believe so.
Yes, it is. Yeah, is it going to be exactly the same thing under braking? Front dips away. Yep.
Whee.
That's the third crash we've seen there today.
The gravel literally jolted him up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised actually on that one. Sean says, there are so many motorsports series on this weekend, I forgot Formula E's on. Yeah. So I think Formula E forgot Formula E are on as well. There's so much. I think I'll spend more time on TNT Sports this weekend than I do on Sky Sports. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. No, correct me if I'm wrong with Ramonite. It's one meal a day, isn't it? All together at the end of the night. Because obviously they don't eat they eat. It's
They
one meal
can't
at the end of the
eat
evening.
from sunrise to sunset, but I think they can eat more than one. But I think it's
So what about
like big. They have breakfast, I think, before for sunrises.
yeah,
And then
starve during the day.
yeah,
Fast.
And they can't even have water, obviously.
Yes,
It
I
must be
remember
difficult.
because that's what nearly put Usman in hospital because he couldn't drink anything and he was so dehydrated.
And then I think they have to prepare the food before the sun.
There is that, yeah.
And then they all have it at the end of the day when the sun sets. Which I suppose people, given it's getting earlier and earlier, it might be nicer
Yeah.
for them. Like, so that they don't get too, like, dehydrated.
That's a good point, actually. If you think about it, it's probably best it's happening earlier and earlier in the year, considering the fact that the days
that
will be
it
shorter.
changes.
Yeah. July must not be a fun time.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
it happens in July, they
Yeah.
must be like,
I must admit, there's another thing that I'm fascinated about, actually. That we went to a Catholic service, didn't we,
Yeah.
last week? A Catholic funeral. And a full hour long. But a wonderful service. Wonderful church as well.
I'll have to ask Remy more about that because she went to a Catholic school when she was in Italy.
I have to ask more, yeah.
Yeah. She had this really funny drama about a nun.
Filming how to get skid block on the front right boot. We saw that back in previous race, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. She had this really funny drama about the nun. I'll tell you after because it's not exactly appropriate. The nun, I think, lived next door to her as well, or had a connection with next door.
I've just read JT's message he sent to me as well in a DM. It's that they said, was it 226 people watching two British people talking about religion? Amazing. Yeah. Bit bizarre, but we're trying to explain why. We're filling the gap because everyone's doing race runs at the moment. Bagnaya's just at 151.7, which is only 69 thousandths off of Alex Marquez's time. So Bagnaya finally putting in some effort, but we haven't seen the Bonanza laps yet. That's coming in around about 11 minutes time. But yeah, I was going to say something on JT's movie.
Religion.
I know about religion, but I can't remember what.
Talking about things filling the gap.
Yeah, because Qatar's moved later, as we explained.
We've always had quite a fascination with like other cultures. I
The
think.
thing is, it seems like I don't know. It's right to move it, but
Yeah.
just gonna say the obvious here. Don't think of anything. But Qatar's a night race.
Yeah.
So's Bahrain. I mean,
That's a good
It's
point,
the-
actually.
probably why did we need to move it? It happens at night.
Actually, a good point.
Yeah. Why did we move it?
It'd be night even earlier.
Yeah, it all happens at night. The problem now we've moved it later on in the year is the fact is that we run the risk of it not being a night race.
They obviously thought it was
It's also
needed.
hotter. Yeah, it's also
suppose.
hotter.
Yeah, true.
The riders were complaining after practice one how hot it was, and they're complaining. I'm presumably going to complain now because the Moto3 and Moto2s were complaining at the end of that session.
Probably. It's now, I think, fully down there.
the temperature now? Track temperature's at 32, air temperature 27.
I wonder what temperature here is like.
Just getting hotter and hotter.
We're down to 16.
Yay!
We're up to 16.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Every time you say that, I get scared.
Full moon on Sunday.
Oh, no.
I wonder if I can go back.
In time, or
Ah,
what are you looking at? Full moon.
29th. There it is.
Okay, yeah. Fascinating. As we watch on, Marc Marquez, by the way, 4/10 down on his overall best. Zarco, big lap time from him. 14th. Now, as he comes across the line, he's up into 6th position with a 1:52.242. Better lap time from him. That pushes out Pedro Acosta from your top 10 and puts Aldeguer under pressure, who just crashed. Oh, and Bagnaia is up by 38 thousandths on Alex.
That means that Ramadan started on the new moon and ended on the new moon.
2 new moons.
Yeah. I knew it was one of them. I knew it was when the moon
Luca
was
Cetinello
something.
there. Watching on. On the side of the track. Honda are definitely moving in the right direction, says JT. Yeah, massively. Zarco up there for LCR in 6th. Then we've got Juan Mir in 8th. And Marini's 14th. Is that all the Hondas we've got?
Hopefully.
Hang on a minute, we're missing a few. Zarco, Mir, Marini.
Chantra.
Yeah, where's he? Oh, down the bottom. Yeah, he's crashed. Yeah. Chantra crashed.
Not exactly doing much.
Honda
someone's
definitely
moved.
moving in the right direction, says Sean, not JT. Sorry, it's because JT's above Sean, and I just saw that. I need to
Vinales
get
just moved up.
Ah, right. Up goes Vinales, up into 4th, 1:51.825. Moves inside. So now, finally, we're getting the lap times to start.
Getting colder and colder.
Well, either put your jacket on or go shut the commentary box door.
You mean I can shut it?
If you want to shut it, you can find.
Yeah, I'm shutting it because I don't want to let nature in anymore.
Right, okay. There's Alex Marquez watching on. He's got music on in the garage. I'm very surprised about that at the moment. There you go. So yeah, Alex Marquez with the music on in the background. He's top at the moment at 1:51.704 with Pecco Bagnaia running in 2nd position. And Zarco, a 1:53.168, settles up in 7th.
Nice music. What was that?
It was a normal little fly.
Better have been.
My voice is starting to go. I think I've got to get a little bit of a break before Formula 1.
Drink.
I'm trying.
I order you to drink some more drink.
Sean says, it seems like Maverick is able to adapt with this Red Bull Tech 3 KTM bike better than Anea. Bashin is really struggling with the Tech 3. Yeah, he is. Anea's down in 17th position at the moment.
Here's turn 1.
This is from Zarco's breaking point as well, with the Brembo brake. A lot of energy put through that, isn't there?
Yeah, you can tell it's kind of... Oh, it's degrading the tyres a bit more.
Megan, do you remember the days back when we had steel front brakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your front brakes were steel. And that was in wet weather, do you remember? It was only a couple of years ago. But Brembo brakes of carbon fibre have come on a long, long way because you remember when it rained, the bike swaps used to be to wet tyres and steel brakes, and they were a lot heavier.
Yeah.
But they kept the temperature in more in wet weather.
I'm surprised it didn't fall down.
Yeah. But
And
yeah,
going round the corner!
that failed. That fell out quite a lot, didn't it, actually?
Yeah.
I miss steel front brakes. That was back in my day, though. That's how long I've been covering MotoGP.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was 2014.
And? That's only 11 years ago.
11 years, exactly. Just let that sink in. 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been covering MotoGP now longer than I had been covering Formula 1 when I started covering MotoGP.
It's more than half my life.
Yeah.
ago.
I started covering MotoGP in 2012, 8 years after I started covering Formula 1. I'm now in my 22nd year covering Formula 1 and my 12th, no, 13th year covering MotoGP.
A long time.
You're in 10. You're in the same. You started both at the same time.
Same ages.
So you're fine. It's 10 years of doing all of this, recording of the headsets. 10 years.
It's half my life. But it's longer, isn't it? Longer than just 10 years. I started all this in 2012, so I was 7.
Yeah.
Start of the season, I would have been 6. Tell you what did you do on the weekend when I was in year 2? Well...
Cargo room. You started 2 years after I did.
I'm sorry I had to do other stuff when I was 4 to 6. Like, I don't know, play games and do puzzles. Read? 5. You were 5. I started like a year later. I had puzzles and books to do.
Funniest thing ever, trying to get a 6-year-old to talk into a microphone, but the height difference. It's still an issue.
All that time that I fell off a chair.
Now, I was talking about the time that your very first piece to camera ever, and I'm going like this, and it's after testing, and I look over, and as soon as I look over, you slip off the bed.
Yeah.
Because you were standing on the bed, because that was the height difference.
I was like, no!
And then there was another time where she had to stand on chairs, and it wasn't just one chair, it was 2 chairs together. So she's standing on the chair because the camera had to be eye level with me, because it was a short camera back in those days. And the chair collapses mid-conversation, off she goes.
Why was it always me?
Or my personal favourite is where looks could kill, and I nearly did. 2016 championship season finale in Abu Dhabi. Megan forgets that she's wearing her headphones
It's just a part of me now.
and walks out the back of the room, dragging not only myself with her, who's connected, but also the voice recorder that's recording the race, the iPad, and the entire commentary unit. She pulls off. And it gets better in the process, breaking every piece of equipment, including her headset.
Well, that was a given.
By the time we get to 2017, I go, right, new table, new voice recorder, new headset, everything. And then what did she do a year later in Abu Dhabi? A year later, would you care to explain what you do?
I can't fully remember.
You do exactly the same thing again and break your headset. And this time break mine. Which led to these being bought in 2018.
Did I do anything in 2018?
No, you didn't get a chance to.
19?
No. The last thing you broke was this lead. When you tread on it earlier on.
Oh, it wasn't me. I didn't tread on it. I accidentally karate chopped it.
Yeah, that's it. Out of my hand as well and broke it.
Yeah.
Which is why...
That was during a live thing as well.
Yeah, which is why we've gone wireless. There's no chance you can destroy a wireless microphone, is there?
Do you
Go on,
want that?
do that now. Karate chop. Look, nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there, see? Dear me.
Don't test me.
Oh, yeah, and, she set the box on fire. That's another thing.
It tried to kill me
During lockdown.
more than once.
Yeah. During lockdown, she set the box on fire twice.
I was in school at the time.
Why do you want to karate chop an XLR microphone? Well, she didn't mean to. I think she just went like that. Like there was a
I
shot,
did.
And it just flew out my hand. Right, 16 minutes to go. Bashini's gone into 13th place. They're all on long runs.
To be specific, given it doesn't have a wire anymore, I can. We were talking things, and I went like this.
And it just came out of my hand.
Yeah, and I broke it.
Yeah. Which is why we've gone wireless.
Yeah. I didn't mean to.
Can we just put it back together, shall we?
I think by that point, though, you're just like, why am I shocked?
There we go. That's why we've got wireless now. She can't do anything to the poor thing.
I just give you excuses to buy new things.
Yes, 80 quid down. Well, 100. Still 16 to go. Here come the two. Well, is that both Ducatis going out together? I can't tell from this angle.
I believe it is.
Mark's one of them for sure, but is the other Pecco? Yes, it is.
I guess we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, it is Pecco. Yeah, they're going out together. Red sector 1 for Jack Attack and in air, says Sean. Yeah, Bashini's 27.644. Miller 27.705. So improvements coming. I'm scared to touch that because it's actually working for once.
I'm hungry. I want chicken.
Everybody's saying what's going on. Well, what's going on is we're having to fill time because this has been one of those boring sessions I think we've remembered.
Yeah. I don't know why.
It should be. It's just practice, really, isn't it? Practice hour. Next time, when we're in the Spanish Grand Prix, this will be the last one I do before I go on a train journey. I might call Maddie.
Yeah.
Get your ass on here, please. We need help. Miller across that line. Oh, after 6. Much better improvement for Jack Miller.
Woohoo!
152.024. Yamaha improving, and that Pramac still doing well.
Reds.
Oh, yeah, D'Antonio and Quadraro.
See what I
Finally.
mean? 15 minutes to go.
It's the same. It's
They
where
were
we-
quiet for half an hour.
They were quiet for half an hour. I mean, I did offer to join, but you ignored me. No, I'm giving you a day off, JT. You've got enough to do. Plus, she's here. Kind of why we've kept her. Oh, I thought Bezecchi was going to go down there. Did you see the way the bike jumped coming out of turn 11?
It was very trippy.
Ride height device looked like it activated. It was bouncing like a spring.
That happened earlier with someone else.
It did at the same part of the circuit, didn't it? It's coming out of 11. Is that the traction control's not working well?
Yeah. Have to keep an eye on that, especially if it's Quattararo. I mean,
When does JT get a day off? Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Monday will be full preparation for Donny on Tuesday. The good thing is you don't have to press many buttons. In fact, Obi could probably do all team video. You're just sat in here for 8 hours.
I'll just be reading a book.
You're sat in here from 10 a.m. until 5:30 p.m.
Well, continuously.
Yes.
Do you know I have stuff to do?
You're going to be living in my life for a time.
I'm just going to be reading a book in here.
We're going to be trackside with coverage from the British Touring Car Championship. That'll be on JBMotorsports. So if you fancy watching what I think is going to be something like 8.5 hours of live, uninterrupted trackside touring car action,
Uninterrupted.
yeah, join us on Tuesday. Well, obviously it'll be slightly interrupted, but the radio's going to be live as well because we've done it with Toka. So Toka, their audio's going to be there as well as ours. So we'll be trackside, and in the time we need to cross back over, we can hand back over while we do stuff.
Oh.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
For you.
And then we're live trackside for the season opener in 2 weeks' time. And then fingers crossed for Brands Hatch. We still got to get that sorted. Morbidelli's gone top, 151.253. Bagnaya's on the improvement. So's Vinales. Acosta's down. Now the times are coming through. And where's yours gone?
Behind the fan. Heater. Whatever it is.
I clean, it's fine. Bagnaya, 150.975. Goes fastest overall on the lap. Acosta's improving. So fingers crossed it's going to be an improvement.
Away!
There.
No, away!
I give her an alternative, she says no. Acosta goes third fastest. Morbidelli's got a 27.431 minutes later. Fabio Di Antonio breaks through. 151.341. He goes third fastest overall. Now the time's starting to come through.
What are you having for tea?
Onion, chips, chicken, gravy.
When are you having that?
In between the gaps.
When's that?
Soon. Mark sandbagging. Yeah, he is. Well, look at Mark's first sector time. 27.4. Oh, hello.
Mark's being
27.3 for Alex.
Mark is being very patient right now, and that was quite a big jump there for Binder.
From 20th place up to
8th.
So that's a bigger improvement then coming through. Finally, this session starting to deliver.
Oh, the Marquezes are at it. So far, I think Alex is the one that's actually winning.
Slowly, catchy, Marky. Over the line comes Franco Morbidelli, stays P2, but new best lap, 151.176. Look at Mark. He's down by 30 thousandths at the moment. Alex also down now by 2/10. He's lost out time in that first sector. Mark's building up to lap time. You can see where the knee sliders coming in through turn 13 and 14, can't you? It's leaving a white line.
Yeah, it is. It's literally staining the track.
And they've just resurfaced this place as well.
People are going to be so angry at them.
Where is Mark? P7 at the moment. 77 thousandths up there in the middle sector. Can he get anywhere near his teammates' time? Over the line we come now. Yeah, he's lost a bit of time here. Over it. 22 thousandths off. It's a 1:59.97.
So close.
Martin also improving.
That was loud.
It feels better now. Alex to 4th. 1:51.236. Rins 8th. 1:51.666.
Do you know, because it says gives you wings on Alex's helmet, I keep thinking, whenever he moves up, thinking he's just going to, like, jump up.
Flying high. Rins currently in the top 10 says,
Oh.
Hello, traffic jam here. Why?
In F1, that would be impeding. In MotoGP, that is torpedoing.
That is Martin getting right in between, I believe. Who's he around on the circuit?
Where is he?
Zarco and Morbidelli.
One of them tried to get the other one, and then Martin just bustled in.
Let's take a look at it. Oh, this is Bagnaia coming into the pit lane.
We don't want to see this bit. Bagnaia getting off a bike is not
he looking
very
at the seats?
impressive. Oh, what's happened now to his seat? Here, replay bike, replay bike.
This is the seat.
Is his ride height wrong? Something's wrong to him.
They're discussing. Hello, they've completely changed the rear tyre setup. Okay, so they're changing everything on that rear bike.
Obviously wasn't very happy. Speaking of, here's a man that for some reason can't actually stop taking risks. How did he break his hand again? Did the weight drop on it?
Something.
Yeah.
Closed the door.
It was one of them. I think the door was Mark a few years ago.
Yeah. What's JT wanting?
2 seconds off, but I think that will improve significantly on this lap.
Mental compensation. How long this weekend is. Even
Just
I'm
to
going
explain
insane.
to JT, yes, I started commentating on Formula 1 when I was 5.
I mean, I was 6.
True story.
Yeah.
I've been doing it longer than Crofty. Crofty started in 2006. So who's the better one? Martin, 58, 124.
He started this before I was even alive. Take that in.
Simpler times.
I was a year away from being born when he decided to do all this.
If Martin can somehow finish in the points this weekend, that would be a massive achievement considering his injury. I agree. Yeah, you were waving flags at 5. So was I. Here's one I made earlier. Here's one that got brought for me. And here's one I brought myself. 3 very different fabrics as well, have you noticed?
Do you know, yeah, they are. Do you know, most people teach their children how to tell time before they teach them how to wave a flag properly.
What I'm amazed is actually Wembley 2008, bought by Dad at a rest stop as well. That was my first checkered flag. We knew we might get one of these that day, and I was so excited. And then I got it, and I loved it, and I got a checkered flag. And then this little one sat on it 3 days later and broke the stick.
Oh no, a stick was broken.
Let me tell you something, it nearly went up you.
I was free. Forgive me for sitting down. Wasn't exactly that heavy.
She sat on the table. 3-year-old sat on the table and broke it, snapped it off. I'm
allowed to sit on a table at 3.
Then I was bought this one in 2013 by my nana for the second Wembley trip because I wasn't going to take this one to Wembley. And then this one.
Of course not. You didn't have a stick.
And then this one was bought by myself in 2020 because when we started.
You needed a third.
We needed a third because we actually had to have the British flag, and then we were in Eiffel, so we had the German flag there.
Yeah.
And my original plan was to replace that middle flag every race with a different flag from each country.
It got too expensive.
But we were in lockdown and we didn't know what the calendar would be. So we thought, well,
Yeah.
So the German flag still makes an appearance when we go to MotoGP Germany.
Yes.
Because why not? And we have the Silverstone flag for British Grand Prix. God knows where the actual big Union flag's gone. That's disappeared.
I don't know.
No, I don't know either. It's 5.5 minutes to go.
I know where the England flag is.
Yeah. Because you didn't have a stick.
I mean, was I right?
I bought a replacement by then from B&Q. Problem is, it was about as long as... Actually, that is one other stick I bought from B&Q. It's big... The stick that I bought from B&Q was big enough to fit 3.
You know, you could have just sawed it out.
Why? When I bought this one, I wanted it to be this big.
No, the other one.
Actually, the bit that's holding this up is actually a toilet U-bend. It's just been drilled into the ceiling.
Gotta admit, that's handy.
It was clever of me. We set up this studio.
That's around about... Wasn't that around about the time you made that wooden stand thing?
Yes. Well, I got... As I goes 12th, I got fed up of several times on air the flag falling down and coming off when everyone walked past it. And then there was one time that it absolutely completely collapsed because me and Dad, Ian Birch, were in the commentary box. And
I remember it collapsing on me once.
the Christmas decorations just fell off and brought everything down. Landed on the back of Dad's neck, actually. It's a clip of that. I think it was Portugal one year. Portugal 21.
I think it's collapsed on me before as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think we all know.
Although it kept happening repetitively in about 2022.
Yellow.
Sector 2, turn 7.
That's a blue one.
Is that so? It's Yamaha. Which one?
I bet Quattararo.
Let's have a look. It's Miller.
Oh.
Jack attack's gone down. So that's going to be not a
Every session.
yeah, second crash has gone down today, isn't it? And that's going to spoil everybody else's lap.
He doesn't have the
hang
greatest
on, is
luck.
it? Oh, he's dropped on entry. Oh, another fast one, and the bike's totally wrecked. Oh, and he tripped over. Oh. He's okay, but you know, he tried to get up, and he was still sort of falling. And he
Ragdolled.
Yeah, he ragdolled backwards.
I need a clip of that.
He tried to get up to look at the bike, and he went, what? And still went back.
That's hilarious. That was me bending down in the freezer to get that cornetto for you yesterday. I literally just fell.
I think this should be okay, but it might be a stoppage because the amount of debris that's spread across the gravel trap.
Yeah, because it is only 3 minutes to go.
And this is a crucial session, and there's riders right in the middle. Depends on what race control want to do, really.
During lockdown, you just really went into building mode with things.
I built this commentary box.
Yeah, that's what Joshua did during lockdown. He just started building.
We did have this commentary box in 2019, didn't we? But
Yes.
it wasn't as good.
It wasn't up to par.
We literally had a television that we used to just bring in here. And actually, that one there, the one that's now below us, is now permanently in here.
How did we commentate on that?
It's tiny, isn't it? But yeah. But then I decided in 2020, it's gone nuts.
You think?
6 screens too much? When would you get to
Just a
Silverstone? There's
bit.
another one. Yeah, there's going to be another screen in Silverstone.
Whoa!
Oh, Chantra.
Good save.
That's a second run off. That was on his second bike, and he's gone through the gravel again. He's back up. You can see where the marks are on his tyres.
They're all not having a great day, are they? Because you said quiet early on.
2 minutes to go, and everyone's just sort of doing their own thing. We've got green flags, but lap time's still being cancelled out here.
There's a load more. About 5 of them.
It'll take its time, but it will come together, this one.
So, why is Jack Miller just crashing in every single session? I feel like that happens all the time now. I feel like if he keeps doing that, then he'll be booted out of MotoGP.
Well, he's only here by the skin of his teeth because he got that deal with Yamaha. If he continues to do this, I don't think he would be performing well anywhere else. Where did he end up, though?
Reserve.
Yeah, that's true. We'll look out where it could be. Minute to go now.
Trust me, at this point they need it. Their world champions keep getting injured, and they're not even getting injured in the races. They're getting injured at home.
At the moment, JT, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 monitors. iPad and a little laptop. 9 soon, but as I said, the box is very much split up at the moment because we've got 3 different commentary boxes set up.
He collects these screens like they're
Candy.
infinity stones.
1 to go.
You've already got one more than needed.
2 more than needed, actually. They get put into use tomorrow. The old monitor that was there and Nana's television.
What's that for?
That's what you're going to be commentating on later, tomorrow. She's going to have 3 screens. You get 3 screens now.
Yeah.
4 technically, because I'm trying to find you one. 18. Right, who's going to go faster? Red sector times for Morbidelli, Alex Marquez, Acosta, and Vinales. Are we going to see any improvements, or is this lackluster session?
Lackluster.
Oh, yeah, well, there we go. That's Bagnaia getting out of the way. Bagnaia is furious as
That
well.
was a lot of people going on the green.
That times will be deleted for that. Checkered flag is out. Aldeguer over the line. Goes 9th. That kicks out Ayagura. And Binder. Rin's now in trouble. Here comes Acosta. He's P7. Stays P7. Lost out on time. Marini 11th. He's missed out. Time screen is changing massively.
Come on, Morbidelli. You can do it. You can do it.
Well, look at Zarco. Fastest in the first sector. 27.4.
Come on.
That could still be something to come through.
You can do it.
Is Binder down?
I don't know. No, I don't think he is.
I think he's gone through and he's taken the flag. That's why I'm not seeing his lap time. I'll double
Yeah.
check that. Morbidelli to the top.
Woohoo!
150. 8.30. And once again, just like we saw in Austin, the timer clock hasn't stopped. So that happened when Morbidelli topped the session in Austin last time out. So, yeah, he's down. Binder's down. Binder's crashed sector 1.
That's a lot of debris.
Yep, great spot there, Sean. Binder's down, sector 1. And that's spoiled everybody else that time.
Zarco's gone. Oh, it happened at turn 1, so it might not have.
Front just dropped away from him. Zarco then, if he went through.
Zarco, I think, was already past that area.
Martin's in 20th though. Ah, yeah, I think he was, because look, here we go. There was no yellow flags either, was there?
Yeah.
So Zarco might just make it here. Ahead, well, Marini and Mia, the 2 other Hondas, and then Rins to contend with. Over the line, 15th at the moment. And he's through! And to 10th! 151.636, stunner!
That gets taken away from me. He's going to be so
That we would be annoyed if that gets taken away from now for a yellow flag. He's there.
Very unusual top 10.
Very unusual as the sectors start to come back through. So it's Morbidelli, Bagnaia, Marc Marquez, D'Antonio, Alex Marquez, Quartararo, Acosta, Vinales, Aldeguer, and Zarco. Your top 10 automatically through to the next session. Having to go through Q1, Rins, Marini, Mia, Binder, Agura, Bashini, Miller, Ralph Fernandez, Bezecchi, Martin, Augusto Fernandez, and Chantra.
Wait a minute. There's someone missing. There's a rookie missing.
Yeah, I know, there's a 23rd one that we haven't seen anywhere so far. I forgot who it is. I think we had wild cards and we've forgotten about it.
No, there's just a rookie missing. There's only 2 rookies there. We had 3 rookies. Where did you go?
Well, that doesn't help matters.
Hold on.
Salvador is not here.
No, it's not him.
Aldeguer is here. He's in 9th.
Oh, I just didn't notice him.
It's just Salvadori that's there. And not been here.
Maybe that's the 23rd.
We've had a couple of wild cards, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I did not notice Aldeguer.
Sean puts a good point. All manufacturers in the top 10, except from Aprilia. There are 3. Nothing wrong there. Aldeguer is always in the top 10.
I didn't notice him there for some reason. It didn't feel like he was a rookie.
Right, off you pop.
Bye-bye.
And we'll hand over to TNT.
Not going very fast at all. And he could lock the front there.
Alex.
Is that Alex on Pico?
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. Hello.
They've had their moments in the past, haven't they? Just think back to Aragon last year.
because if Pecco was out there on a used medium at the end and Alex is on a new soft, the difference in grip, and obviously he wants through. But yeah, obviously the former world champion Pecco Bagnaia not taking that one too well.
A reminder that Marc Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia did not use a second soft in that. I mean, they used 2 softs, but only had 1 time attack soft, whereas everyone else pretty much did 2. But third at the end of day 1. Look, end of our first day. We've got a race on, haven't we?
Looks like a match.
Yeah.
But it's not just Bagnaia and Marquez. Di Gian Antonio's up there. Frankie Morbidelli is fastest. Alex Marquez is in there too. You're not going to want to miss the sprint here tomorrow.
Yeah. 5 of the 6 Ducatis all wanting podium spots. Yeah, I think it's going to be a proper scrap here.
I cannot wait for it. This track has given us so much joy over the years, and today it's Frankie celebrating in front of Valentino, who is here this weekend. A reminder, we are on air from about 11:30 on Saturday on TNT Sports 2. MotoGP qualifying just after 1:30 p.m. and all the build-up to the sprint in MotoGP, 5:30 p.m. That is all we've got time for now. We hope to see you tomorrow for all the qualifying and sprint action. But for now, have a great rest of your Friday evening.
Okay, strange they went off that quickly and left me running for cover. Okay, that's it then from us here. Thanks for your company this session and all throughout today. We'll be back tomorrow for all the action. Megan takes you through FP2 and qualifying ahead of the Tissot Sprint here on JB Motorsports 2 live and replayed on JB Motorsports. We'll see you later on. Take care. Bye-bye.